How would I budget my money if I made $50,000 a year? Disclaimer, this is not financial advice and I am not a money manager. This is my take on budgeting. So my monthly pre-tax paycheck should be about $4,200, and assuming I pay around 30% in taxes, I'm going to be left with around $3,000. Personally, I think about 30% of your budget should go into housing, 20% into savings, 25% into investments, leaving you with a 25% to spend on whatever the hell you want to spend it on. This means $875 for rent, $583 for savings, $729 to invest, and $729 to play around with. I would be looking to find an apartment to rent for about $800, and between gas, electric, internet, etc., I'd be willing to spend about $75. Personally, I wouldn't be thinking about buying a house just yet. And in fact, I would also skip out on purchasing a car so I can push back on all these other expenses that come with a car. And I would take the entire budget I have for savings and I would put it into a high-yield savings account such as those offered by Wealthfront. And here's how I would divvy up my budget for investments. I would use about 50% of my investment budget to invest in ETFs such as the S&P 500, 35% of my investments I would use to stock pick, and I would use about 15% of my investment budget to drop into crypto. Now for the fun stuff, your discretionary budget. I am not a believer in pinching pennies. If you want to have a latte, go have a latte. You're young, you have time, enjoy yourself. I would just subscribe to one streaming service. I would set aside $100 for transportation between Uber and train. You can reduce this by investing in a bicycle. I would set aside $300 for grocery and meal prep, $100 for eating out with friends, $50 for your clothing allowance. If you need to buy fancy clothes, maybe consider saving up. $150 for your travel allowance. If you're planning a big vacation, maybe save up for a couple of months and maybe even dig into your investment budget. Again, this is not financial advice. This is how I would budget that money.